Hello, today I'm going to test pretty weird thing of hardware, and I'm talking about a modified version of the Commodore C128 keyboard. And as you can see that this keyboard is missing a couple of parts. I'm just going to show you how it looks like original, and it looks like this. So that's the normal C128 keyboard with the 10 numbers, num block on this side, having the function keys on this section, separate cursor keys, not combined cursor keys, and a couple of 128 keys. So, and this keyboard looks like it has been stored somewhere else for quite a while. Got some rust on this side and it's pretty dusty, but it comes with the original C128 connector. It's kind of a ZAP-D 25 pin connector, and this is not compatible with the C64, but for a forthcoming project I'm actually working on, we had the idea to combine the C128 keyboard with a heavily modded C64, and I don't know where the guy got this keyboard from, but actually this is already modified. So the 10 numbers block is missing here, and the cursor keys have already moved to this place, and the other keys get kind of stripped from the keyboard, except for the escape key, which has basically no function for the C64 because there is no escape key. And the cable and the connector has been modified already to fit to the C64. And well, let's have a look whether this keyboard is working already. And if this is the case, then let's see how we can change the keys. We got a quite funny combination of good looking and odd looking keys on this keyboard, but as we have seen on the other keyboard, here most of the keys are looking quite fine. They are pretty dirty and dusty, so we have to clean them, but I think we can use these keys to replace the keys here and to have one kind of good looking keyboard working on the C64. So I was kind of googling whether I can find kind of a circuit diagram or kind of a layout how to modify the C128 keyboard, and information about this is pretty well poor, so to say. The only thing I found, and let's switch to this view for a short moment, and here we go, is a hand-drawn circuit diagram, or well, it's not really a circuit diagram, it's just a pin layout, which pins on the DB25 connector are related to the 20-pin connector. This is for a PET keyboard, and basically they are quite the same. There are just some of the wires changed or swapped, but from the function, from the metrics, it's quite the same keyboard. So, and I was a little bit unsure whether I should just simply connect it to my C64 or if I have to do some tests up front. But I decided, well, let's go for it. The only thing that's on risk is going to be my SIA here. and this can be replaced just in case I'm going to kill it. So let's switch to the C64 view and get this thing connected. And I'm using my test cartridge with a couple of C64 hardware tests, and then let's go and switch it on. Fingers crossed that nothing is going up in flames. So it looks like the board is booting normally. We got a green flashing light here because I have the Swinsit Ultimate as a SID1, and Reloaded MK2 isn't really aware of this one, and so it says there's something wrong with your SID. So basically we should get a video signal hopefully soon. So let's switch to the big view, and we can't see anything at all. Let's hit reset, or maybe I have just selected the wrong input. Well, nothing is changing. Oh, here we go. Okay, so it was probably the wrong input. So what we have here is a couple of tests for checking the hardware on your C64, and there's a quite extensive amount of tools hidden in the sub-menu test C64. So the first thing is, are we able to select the sub-menu? Yes, something is doing. And well, here we can see we have diagnostics, we have tests, keyboard test, pedal test, RAM test, test C64, and let's go for the keyboard test by pressing 7, and it looks like the numbers are already working. So now we got a graphical representation of a C64 keyboard or a C64 at all. With a rather strange layout of the function keys, but that's perhaps just because of, well, I don't know, the graphics. And let's press a number of keys and see how they work. And as you can see, they change the color just to represent that you have hit the key. So let's go through them. And actually this looks quite fine. Shift lock, well, it's perhaps not working the way we expected. That's fine. Command key is working. Shift, oh no, shift lock is activated as well. Okay. And function keys. Well, this looked good. Okay. So let's see how we can get out of this program. Pressing stop. You may have to hold down. Ah, here we go. So now we can type. Let's see how shift is working. Okay, we got this special keys. Everything is fine. And then we should be able to change the layout. So this is working as well. Okay. And there's probably no way to check whether the function keys are working without writing a small basic tool, but that's perhaps going to take too long. So let's assume that everything is working fine so far. I'm very happy that the wiring is okay. We haven't killed anything on my desk right now. So let's move forward and see whether we are able to remove keys and replace them with good looking ones. So let's switch this off for a while, go back to the camera. Get rid of the board to have some space on my desk. Oops. Stay off. So the construction is pretty solid. So there's a metal base here that holds everything together, and on the lower side we got this typical. Oh, here we can see why the shift lock isn't working, so we may need either to solder this back to this pin, or this was done by purpose. So I have to check what's the shift lock function on the C64 it's actually doing, and whether it's a good idea to solder this, or perhaps it's not working as expected. And well, let's get a small tool. I think I got it on my desk already. Here we go. So I have to admit that's the first time I'm going to remove keys from a C128, but well, it's working surprisingly easy. So it shouldn't be a big task to get all these keys swapped, and then I think we can move on with the main project, designing a case for this very special C64. So the idea is to build a case that's actually smaller than the original case, but slightly higher, to get all the additional add-ons we want to connect to the C64 fitted into the case. I represented a couple of months ago a small video about a modified C64 containing the keyman, the mixit, the overlay, the super kernel, and all that stuff. And that's going to be basically the same thing. So we want to add additional functionality, and we want to have a very different design. So that's basically everything I have to show today. So I'll keep you in the loop about the progress of this project. The next thing is going to be changing the keys, cleaning the keys, and then we're going to work on the board. So as usual, thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments, questions, ideas, whatever, feel free to use the comment section, and if you want to stay informed, feel free to subscribe. It's absolutely free, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.